Hello United fans, welcome back. Here breaking news: Christian Eriksen signs for Wolfsburg. What this move means for the Danish star and German football. Remember when Christian Eriksen collapsed on the pitch during Euro 2020? The football world held its breath as medical teams rushed to save his life. Fast forward to today, and the Danish midfielder has just signed a new chapter in his remarkable comeback story. This time, he's heading to Germany to join VfL Wolfsburg on a 2-year deal. But what does this move really mean? Why did Wolfsburg want him? And how will this change both the player's career and the German club's future? Let's dive deep into this exciting transfer story. The end of an era at Manchester United. Christian Eriksen's time at Manchester United came to an end in May 2025. After 2 years with the Red Devils, the club decided not to offer him a new contract. His final game was special though. United beat Aston Villa 2-0 at Old Trafford on the last day of the Premier League season. What made that match even more memorable was Eriksen's last goal for the club. When United got a penalty, Bruno Fernandes could have easily taken it himself. Instead, he stepped aside and let Eriksen take the spot kick. It was a beautiful moment that showed the respect the team had for the Danish player. During his 107 games with United, Eriksen scored 8 goals. Not bad numbers for a midfielder who was often playing a deeper role. He also helped the club win 2 major trophies, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. These were important wins for United fans who had been waiting for silverware. But why did United let him go? The simple answer is age and squad planning. At 33, Eriksen was getting older, and the club wanted to focus on younger players. It's a hard reality in modern football. Even good players sometimes have to move on when clubs want to rebuild. The hunt for a new club. After leaving United, Eriksen had to find a new team. This isn't always easy for older players, even ones with his experience and skill. Many clubs prefer younger players who they can develop and sell for profit later. But Eriksen had something special to offer: vast experience at the highest level. He had played for some of the biggest clubs in Europe. His journey started at Ajax in Holland, where he learned his trade as a young player. Then came his big move to Tottenham in the Premier League, where he became one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. After that, he went to Inter Milan in Italy, where he won the Serie A title. His move to United came after his cardiac arrest at the European Championships. Many people wondered if he would ever play football again. The fact that he not only returned but played at the top level for 2 more years was incredible. So when it came to finding a new club, Eriksen had plenty to offer. He could bring experience, leadership, and quality to any team. The question was which club would be brave enough to sign a 33-year-old midfielder. Why Wolfsburg made perfect sense. VfL Wolfsburg might not be the most famous club in world football, but they made a smart move by signing Eriksen. The German club has been trying to build a competitive team that can challenge for European places in the Bundesliga. Adding a player of Eriksen's quality was exactly what they needed. Wolfsburg sporting director Sebastian Skinzelaars explained why they wanted Eriksen. He said the Danish player had seen and experienced everything at the highest level. This kind of experience is gold for younger players in the squad. They can learn from watching how Eriksen approaches games, how he handles pressure, and how he leads by example. The club has been making changes to their squad structure. They've been signing young players with potential, but they also need experienced players to guide these talents. Eriksen fits perfectly into this plan. He can play alongside younger teammates and help them develop while still contributing on the pitch himself. Another factor that made Wolfsburg attractive to Eriksen was the presence of other Danish players in the squad. Playing with teammates from your national team makes settling into a new club much easier. You already know how they play, and there's no language barrier when communicating on the pitch. What Eriksen brings to the Bundesliga. This move marks Eriksen's first adventure in German football. The Bundesliga is known for its fast-paced, attacking style of play. It's also very tactical, which should suit Eriksen's intelligent style of play perfectly. Throughout his career, Eriksen has been known for several key strengths. His passing ability is exceptional. He can find teammates with long balls, short passes, and everything in between. His vision allows him to see passes that other players might miss. This will be valuable for Wolfsburg's attacking play. Set pieces are another area where Eriksen excels. His free kicks and corner deliveries have created countless goals throughout his career. Wolfsburg will definitely benefit from having a specialist who can create chances from dead ball situations. What about his physical condition? Some people worry about older players keeping up with the pace of modern football. But Eriksen has shown that he can still compete at the highest level. His game was never about running faster than everyone else. Instead, he uses his intelligence and skill to stay effective. The Bundesliga will also give Eriksen a chance to prove himself in a new environment. He's conquered England, Italy, and Holland. Germany represents a new challenge and a chance to show that his quality transcends different football cultures. The 2-year contract details. Wolfsburg offered Eriksen a 2-year contract that runs until 2027. This shows they believe he can contribute for more than just one season. At 33, getting a 2-year deal is actually quite good. Many players his age have to settle for 1-year contracts or even shorter deals. The length of the contract suggests that Wolfsburg see Eriksen as more than just a quick fix. They want him to be part of their project for the medium term. This makes sense because building a successful team takes time, and having experienced players around during that process is crucial. Eriksen will wear the number 24 shirt at Wolfsburg. While it's not the most glamorous number, it doesn't matter what's on the back of the shirt. What matters is what the player does on the pitch. The financial details of the deal haven't been made public, but it's likely a good arrangement for both sides. Eriksen gets the security of a 2-year contract, while Wolfsburg gets an experienced player without having to pay a transfer fee since he was a free agent. Eriksen's excitement about the new challenge. When Eriksen spoke about joining Wolfsburg, his excitement was clear. He said, "VfL Wolfsburg is my first club in the Bundesliga. I'm really looking forward to this new adventure." These words show that even at 33, he still has the hunger to try new things and face new challenges. He also mentioned being convinced that the team could achieve something together at Wolfsburg. This suggests he didn't just join for an easy paycheck. He genuinely believes the club has potential and that he can help them reach their goals. The Danish midfielder was impressed by his talks with the club management. He specifically mentioned head coach Paul Simonis, saying he immediately sensed that Paul Simonis has a clear vision for the team and for me personally. This kind of clarity from the coaching staff would have been important in Eriksen's decision-making process. Having a clear role and understanding what's expected of you is crucial for any player, but especially for experienced ones who have been through many different systems and approaches throughout their careers. The Danish connection at Wolfsburg. One factor that made Wolfsburg particularly attractive to Eriksen was the presence of other Danish players in the squad. While the exact names weren't mentioned in the announcement, having familiar faces around makes any transition easier. National team connections are powerful in football. When players have already worked together for their country, they understand each other's playing styles. They know how to communicate effectively during games. This existing chemistry can help new signings settle in much faster. For Wolfsburg, having multiple Danish players could create a strong core within the team. These players can support each other and create a positive atmosphere that benefits the entire squad. The Danish national team has been quite successful in recent years, reaching the semi-finals of Euro 2020 and performing well in other tournaments. Players from successful national teams often bring winning mentalities to their clubs. What this means for Wolfsburg's strategy. Wolfsburg's decision to sign Eriksen reveals a lot about their strategy and ambitions. They're not just hoping to avoid relegation or finish in mid-table. They want to compete for European places and maybe even challenge for trophies. Sebastian Skinzilaws, Wolfsburg sporting director, explained that they've deliberately made structural changes this summer and signed several talented youngsters with great potential. This shows they're building for both the present and the future. The combination of young talent and experienced players like Eriksen is a proven formula in football. Young players bring energy, pace, and hunger. Experienced players bring knowledge, composure, and leadership. When these elements come together successfully, they can create very competitive teams. Skinzilaws also mentioned that Eriksen will complement their captain Max Arnold perfectly. Having two experienced players who can lead different aspects of the team gives the coach more options and creates a stronger foundation for the younger players. The sporting director called Eriksen a true leader who can make a difference on and off the pitch. This suggests they see him as more than just a player. They want him to help develop the club culture and mentor younger teammates. The challenge of adapting to German football. Moving to a new league is never easy, even for experienced players like Eriksen. The Bundesliga has its own unique characteristics that he'll need to adapt to quickly. German football is known for being very organized and tactical. Teams are usually well drilled in their systems, and there's a strong emphasis on collective play rather than individual brilliance. This should suit Eriksen's style since he's always been a team player who makes others better. The pace of the Bundesliga can be intense. Games often involve a lot of running and high-tempo pressing. At 33, Eriksen will need to manage his energy carefully throughout the season. However, his intelligence and positioning should help him cope with the physical demands. Language could be another challenge, although many German clubs have international environments where English is commonly spoken. Eriksen has experience adapting to different countries and cultures from his previous moves, so this shouldn't be a major obstacle. The weather in Germany might take some getting used to, especially during the winter months. But again, Eriksen has played in different climates throughout his career, so adaptation shouldn't be too difficult. Impact on Eriksen's international career. One interesting aspect of this move is how it might affect Eriksen's international career with Denmark. At 33, he's in the twilight of his national team career, but he could still have an important role to play. Playing regularly at club level is crucial for maintaining international selection. If Eriksen performs well at Wolfsburg and gets consistent playing time, it could help him stay in the Denmark squad for long. Denmark has some exciting young talents coming through, but they still value Eriksen's experience and leadership. His presence in the team provides stability and helps guide the younger players during important matches. The 2026 World Cup in North America could be a target for Eriksen. If he maintains good form at Wolfsburg, he might have a chance to add another World Cup to his impressive resume. International success with Denmark could also boost his reputation at Wolfsburg. When players perform well for their countries, it often has a positive impact on their club form too. What fans can expect? Wolfsburg fans have every reason to be excited about Eriksen's arrival. They're getting a player who has performed at the highest levels of European football for over a decade. His passing ability should create more chances for Wolfsburg's attacking players. Whether it's through balls to strikers, crosses from wide positions, or set-piece deliveries, Eriksen knows how to find teammates in dangerous positions. Fans can also expect to see some beautiful goals. Throughout his career, Eriksen has scored spectacular long-range efforts and clever finishes. His left foot is one of the best in world football when it comes to striking the ball cleanly. Leadership on the pitch is another quality fans will notice. Eriksen isn't the type to shout and scream, but he leads by example. His composure in difficult situations and his ability to make the right decisions under pressure will be valuable for the entire team. Set pieces could become a real weapon for Wolfsburg. Eriksen's delivery from corners and free kicks has been consistently excellent throughout his career. This could turn dead ball situations into genuine scoring opportunities. The broader impact on the Bundesliga. Eriksen's move to Wolfsburg is interesting for the Bundesliga as a whole. It shows that German clubs are willing to invest in experienced international players, not just young prospects. The league has always been competitive, but having players of Eriksen's caliber joining mid-level clubs makes it even more interesting. It could inspire other experienced players to consider moves to Germany. For neutral fans of German football, Eriksen's presence adds another star name to follow. His reputation and playing style should attract more international attention to Wolfsburg's matches. Other Bundesliga clubs will need to take Wolfsburg more seriously now. Teams can't afford to underestimate opponents who have players capable of changing games with moments of individual brilliance. The signing also shows that the Bundesliga remains an attractive destination for top players. Despite the Premier League's financial advantages and other factors, Germany still has plenty to offer ambitious footballers. Looking ahead, what success looks like. So what would constitute a successful period for Eriksen at Wolfsburg? There are several ways to measure this. On an individual level, staying fit and playing regularly would be the most basic measure of success. At 33, avoiding serious injuries and maintaining consistent performance levels is crucial. Contributing goals and assists would be another individual marker.